An absolutely insane second leg, 2 games tonight, guys, and they were both really dramatic in their own circumstance. I mean, PSG in the end kind of breezed past Liverpool, but the scoreline, it may not reflect how it was, because Liverpool, they actually gave it a good go, and in moments it was actually heroic defending from PSG that got them through in the end. We're going to talk all about that one, which I watched the most of, but I was really paying close attention to the Barca game because that was so dramatic. I probably should have watched that one, but I wanted to hate watch Liverpool for a bit. But yeah, Barcelona, it was a really unlucky effort, man. They did really well for large majorities of that game, but Simeone, man, the masterclass, he knew what he had to do, defend, and they defended very well in the end. Got there, threw a Lookman goal, really, to see it out. But if it wasn't for the red card, it may have been a different story. If you are new to the channel, guys, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below your thoughts. But let's get straight into the review, guys. We'll start with Liverpool PSG. Now, guys, this game, I think a lot of people thought it would be over in the first leg, and I was one of them. I couldn't see Liverpool getting a result here that would take them through. Now, obviously, we know about the first leg. PSG were all over them. It was literally a one-sided game. Liverpool did pretty much nothing the entire game, just defended, and they got away with it because it should have been about 3 or 4-0. But it was 2-0, taking it to Anfield. And you know about Anfield, guys, on a Champions League night, it's not a joke. The atmosphere is top tier. It is booming, and it goes on to the players. It acts as the 12th man, and you really could see it in this game. They were up for it. Regardless, even if it was 3-4-0, you saw what happened Barcelona 2019. They don't give up, guys, and fair play to them. But on the pitch, I mean, to be fair to Liverpool, they did give it a good go, especially in that second half. But there were moments, guys, where in that first half in particular, you could definitely see the quality difference in the teams. We know this already, but the way Neves, Vitinha were pinging the ball around, it was kind of evident that they were going to get the job done. But I actually thought PSG today, the most impressive performers were the defenders. I mean, Marquinhos and Pacho pretty much swept everything up. Safanov made a few saves, but that Marquinhos block and tackle block, whatever you want to call it, to stop a goal going in is incredible. It's a great save from Safanov. And then he just gets his foot in front of Van Dijk. It's brilliant defending. And that saved the goal from going in. I can't remember when that was in the match. Now, it's a blur to me, but that was a huge moment in the tie. And that just shows you, man, even if the attack, who did their job in the end, Dembele getting a brace, I'm going to talk about him in a minute, even if they're not firing on all cylinders like they were in the first leg and against Chelsea, for example, they can actually fall back on this defence in the big moments. They've been conceding a lot more this year, but in the big moments, they've shown they can hold out. A clean sheet at Anfield, 4-0 on aggregate, is crazy. And we're going to talk about Liverpool because I thought in the first half, it was a very even game. I mean, you're looking at PSG, you know, on the counter-attack, they're going to hurt you. And they did very well to transition. They were pouncing on Liverpool. There was a lot of sloppy passes, and a lot of the players for Liverpool were really poor on the ball today, man. Really poor. They were giving it away too easily. Kvaratskhelia was pouncing on everything. And they were finding it quite easy to break quite a few times. But they didn't actually end up scoring. Ekitike going off was a massive blow. I hope he's good because apparently it might be a really bad injury. We'll have to see. But Salah came on. Kind of humiliating because he's an all-timer and you're benching him in a game like this. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The lineup itself, I get he's going for it, but Isak and Ekitike, when Isak's only got a half in him, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was the right move, but to be fair, you've got to go for it one way or the other. But yeah, they managed to kind of hold off PSG on their counters because they did create 1 or 2 decent chances. But yeah, Liverpool needed to step it up second half, man. Marmadashvili was making saves, but there wasn't enough quality there, man. The attack wasn't really doing anything, guys. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really remember any clear-cut chances from them. Now, in the second half is where it got interesting because obviously he brought on Joe Gomez for Frimpong and Gakpo for Isak. And you know what? You could say the subs made an impact. I know they've been getting their critics, Gakpo in particular, some of these Liverpool players, but they did well in that second half. And obviously, if it wasn't for the 2-goal margin and they got a goal back, it could have been a different story. But it wasn't to be because fair play to PSG, and Safanov made some big saves. He did make some big saves. I mean, look at the stats. The stats say it all, but they don't say it all in terms of conversion, because look at PSG's efficiency, man. This is what you get with world-class attackers. The fact they had 4 shots and 2 were goals. Crazy, man. Dembele, we got to talk about him in the big games, because this guy is an absolute bona fide world-class Ballon d'Or winner. This is why he won the Ballon d'Or. Anyone can chat shit on him, whatever. Doesn't have a great 90 minutes in games, but the best players turn up when it matters most. And that's exactly what he did last year in every stage of the Champions League, pretty much. And again this year, I said it when they played Chelsea. He's warming up at the right time. He's had a lot of injuries this season, and he's not really had momentum. He hasn't played too much football, minutes-wise, but he's been getting a very good minutes per goal, whatever the stat is, ratio. And today, again, bagging a brace at Anfield. Crazy, man. What a player. That first goal, special goal. But we're going to talk more about it, because if I'm being honest, this whole half, it was attack after attack after attack from Liverpool. They were rampant. Anfield was booming. They were up for it, man, and they were wave after wave. A lot of PSG players just had to defend, and they did it well. They did it well in the end. There were chances in that second half. Gakpo had a few shots. There were quite a few efforts. Rio came on in the 67th minute, made an impact as well. I think he could have come on earlier, if I'm being honest. Maybe even half-time, because he made an impact, had a nice shot or two. But, yeah, it wasn't to be. Barcola coming on for Doué. I mean, that sub in itself is ridiculous. I've talked about it, because the quality drop-off is non-existent. But, yeah, PSG knew what they had to do today. They had to survive the waves and take their chances. And they did that. But credit to Liverpool, because they showed heart. And the fans, particularly, they've done themselves proud, because Anfield was booming. But in terms of performances, should I say? I mean, Mamardashvili, he's not Alisson. Let's put it that way, guys. He isn't Alisson, but you can't really blame him too much for today. This rating, I think, is a bit harsh. But yeah, certain players, Van Dijk, I don't know, man. Defensively, they looked okay, but they were getting overrun in the midfield, specifically. And the attack just didn't do enough today, guys. They were not clinical. You've got to be clinical. And at Anfield, your home ground, if they scored, the ground would have erupted and they would be back in. They only needed 1 goal to get it back to 2-1. But they couldn't do it. And PSG can take credit, but it's poor from Liverpool, guys. Really, really poor. And Dembele's first goal, I mean, it is so easy for PSG. It's so easy. Barcola breaks, passes it to Kvara, across to Dembele, and Dembele shifts it onto his left and just slots it bottom corner. I mean, 2-footed demon. What a joke that is of a finish. No chance Mamardashvili. Maybe could have done better, but it's a brilliant finish, man. It's a brilliant finish from arguably the world's best on his day at the moment. Because Dembele, the transformation from when he first arrived at PSG to now, Enrique, he's got to take flowers, because he has finally fulfilled his potential. Won the Ballon d'Or, and now again he's showing why. Guys are disrespecting him because he hasn't been putting up numbers this year. But when in the big moments, you can always count on Dembele to deliver, man. I've always loved Dembouz, potential-wise. He's an exciting player. You don't see them often. 2-footed. Crazy, man. Brilliant from him. And, yeah, man. The PSG, that was tied down. 3-0 up. Yeah, no chance Liverpool. They effed themselves. Because if you got 1 goal, you would have been back in it. But 3-0, lights out, love. That's when I switched the game. Because I was watching this game for entertainment purposes. Hate watching. But the Barca game, I switched to that after, and we're going to talk about it. But the final goal, basic. I was basically describing the other goal for the first goal. My bad if I misremembered. But Barcola, it was across to Dembele, and it was the easiest finish ever to make it 2-0. 4-0 aggregate, game over. On to the next leg for PSG, the European champions for a reason. But Barcelona, guys, where do we start? Because the start of this game looked like they were going to come back. I said it in my preview, guys. I made a preview for all these games, if you want to check it out. I said, I believe Barca can make a comeback. And they almost did today. They really almost did. But obviously, there's a reason why Musa got man of the match. He was very good in goal today. But Yamal, Torres, I want to big up because he had a performance of his life. I don't know why he got subbed off because he's been getting his critics, but in the last few games, he's been stepping up again. He had a drought that was crazy, but now he looks up to it, but it wasn't enough because Barcelona started so quickly. I mean, Yamal could have had a goal in a minute if it wasn't for Musso, but he got his goal in 4 minutes. I don't know who it is in the Atleti midfield or defence. Terrible mistake at the back. What are they doing giving the ball away like that in the first 4 minutes at home? Talk about nearly bottling it because they give it straight to Torres, who just lays it off to Lamine and slots it bottom corner. Lamine 1-0, living up to his aura gamble, man. We saw the LeBron stuff. Everything comeback remontada. It nearly happened because Barca from that point onwards, they looked up to it, man. They did well defensively because Atleti had a little bit going forward. But yeah, man, it nearly happened. I can't believe it because Torres, that goal, by the way, is really, really good. To beat Musso, who had a very good game. That Torres goal is superb. Takes a touch and just bangs it. And that's 2-0 in 24 minutes. And you're like, oh shit. They have literally wiped out the 2-goal lead in 20 minutes. Hansi Flick masterclass. It's looking like. But yeah, it's really poor for Lookman's goal, man. This is the thing with Barca. I was saying it. Defensively, the high line sometimes gets over-analysed. It is a problem. But then again, you look at it, Koundé, it's a problem, guys. When you're 2-0 down, you've got to do better. You've got to do better because they've committed loads forward. I get it. But Lookman, all he has to do is time his run. Llorente, a cross goal. Koundé is no way near Lookman. He's not catching him. And he just taps it in to make it 3-2 on aggregate. And then you're thinking, shit, Barca have got to go again here. They've got to go again. And they gave it a good go for sure. Simeone made sure to man mark Yamal, as he always does. In the press conferences, Yamal was like, I dare him, let me go 1v1. And Simeone was like, fuck no, we're not doing that. We're putting 10 men on you. And what? But, yeah, man, Yamal tried. He tried today. He tried, but he was getting marked out of the game quite a few times. But, yeah, Torres, he almost did it, guys. He almost did it because halftime went. It was game on still. It was game on. Barca had a lot of momentum because you know what Atleti are going to do, guys? They're going to sit off for the most part and break. Especially with a lead. Like, you think Simeone is going to go toe-to-toe with Barca? Hell no. But, yeah, Ferran got the second goal. It's very, very lucky from Atleti's standpoint because Gavi, who I thought actually played well. It was good to see Gavi and Pedri together. There's defo chem there. But it works. He works his way into the box and I think he gets blocked and it lands to Torres, who volleys it top bins. Like half volley or volley. I remember seeing it. I was like, bruh, where has this been, Ferran? Where has this been, Shark? But Shark was back. And then you watch the replay and he's offside. It's very gutting for Barca because that would have been the equaliser again and they can push on. They can push on, but it wasn't to be. Simeone subbed off his son and Lookman. And from then onwards, it was kind of a uphill battle, if you want to call it. Because Barca were pushing. But then Atleti knew they've got the goal advantage. They can chill a bit. They can chill. They can defend. And they're very good at that. They're very compact at the back. You've got to swarm Yamal. And the rest of them, not really it. I mean, Fermin had a great chance in the game. A headed chance, which was created by Yamal. Brilliant cross in the first half. And Fermin misses the header. Great save, but he gets studded in the face by Musa. And it's a really nasty one. I forgot to mention it, but that was a moment, man. Hey, if it wasn't for Musa in goal with a maybe less fit Oblak's an all-time keeper. But you never know. It's a ballsy move to put Musa in there, but it's warranted. He's been very good for them when he stepped in as second goalie. But he's rested this whole 11, and you could see it, man. Towards the end of the game, unfortunately for Barca, they were drying up. The chances were drying up. They all looked knackered, lethargic, and Atleti didn't have to do too much. They defended well. But it's very clever from Simeone, man. He gambled, because at the weekend, you've seen in La Liga game, he's resting his whole squad. He's like, F the league. We don't care. We know we're going to get top 4. We can rotate the whole side and just focus on the Champions League and the Cups. And you know what? It might pay off because he's in a final of a Copa del Rey. He did the same thing against Barca over 2 legs then. And now he's in a Champions League semi-final, potentially playing us. But I'll talk more about that later because I want to talk about this game. Because I thought the subs today, I thought Flick got them wrong. His game plan was spot on. It was really going well. And little moments just didn't go the way of the team. But Rashford coming on, I thought it was warranted. I thought he could have started today, to be honest. But Lewa for Ferran didn't make sense to me. Ferran was having the game of his life. Taking him off, bizarre, because we don't see Ferran play like this often. So to take him off for Lewa, I don't know, man. It's a bit strange. Could have maybe gone all out and kept Ferran on and put Lewa on as well. But Sorloth, oh my God, the demon strikes again. When is he going to stop harassing Barca? Because he comes on and 3 minutes later, less than 3 minutes later, he gets Eric Garcia sent off. Now, another stupid moment from a Barca defender. When are they going to learn? Because Kabasi did it last leg. And this leg, Eric Garcia, they need a goal. What does he do? Foul Sorloth through on goal. I mean, seriously, come on. Like, you've got Joan Garcia there, who, by the way, made a few brilliant saves. You don't need to foul him. It pisses me off, guys. Seriously. Because it's so basic. Like, Sorloth's very clever with the way he times the run. But then Eric Garcia just clips him. And he's last man. And it's a red card. No complaints. It's an uphill battle from then on. Especially because he brought on De Jong probably too late. And Araujo, for some reason. When he brings on Araujo when you're on 10 men. Are you alright? Are you trying to go down to 9? Nah, no disrespect. It's a joke. But seriously. Come on, man. Rooney had a decent impact when he came on. Some lovely crosses in. And Araujo, I hate to pinpoint, but he's got to score that header, guys. Over the bar. It's really poor. They had a few little moments, but you know crosses into the box. Atleti are going to deal with it. And fair play to Simeone, man. They fought hard for this. Defended with their lives. And Musso was excellent. I mean, just look at the stats. It was a really entertaining watch. I kind of wish I watched this instead of hate watching on Liverpool, but I enjoyed both games, to be fair. But I was switching back and forth when the goals were going in. It was really even in terms of stats. But yeah, all the possession for Barca, but look at that. Atleti masterminded the art of counter-attacks. The transition was crazy. Look at the first to second half. Well managed by Simeone, but that is it, guys. Liverpool are out. Atleti are through as well. Barca are out. Another year. Another Atleti beating Barca in the Champions League. I mean, their record against them in the Champions League is dark. But tomorrow, big one. Arsenal Sporting. We will be there. Bayern Real Madrid. I wish I could watch this, but obviously, Arsenal's the priority, man. Come on, you Gunners. Big performance needed. I've made my preview. You can check my prediction there. We need a win. But we don't even need to win. Like, we can draw, but I want a big performance ahead of City. But you guys know, man. You guys know it's big because the winner of Arsenal Sporting will play, well, the one that goes through will play Atletico Madrid, and Bayern Munich or Real Madrid will play PSG. Blockbuster stuff. Make sure you guys, if you are new, hit the sub button so you don't miss any content. Hit the like, comment down below your thoughts, and follow my socials. Links are in the description. But it's been Jay-Z Knows Ball, and I'm out. Peace out, guys. Take care.